I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, what's good? Happy Tuesday. Good afternoon and welcome. It's the bottom line on 100.7 The Score, the 100.7 The Score mobile app, and yours worldwide there on TSportsNetwork.com. Also on television, Fox 34 News Now, YouTube, Fire Stick, Roku, lots of different apps, lots of ways to take us in. However you are doing so, we're glad that you've chosen to make us part of your Tuesday afternoon. Us being myself, Chois Woodman, alongside Chris Sneed, Jimmy Cook across the way taking care of us. We welcome your thoughts, your comments, your questions. Whatever you got, pour it in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 Score mobile app and at TSportsNetwork.com. Take that mobile app anywhere with you. Sneed, did you know you can even listen in out in Parrott, Kentucky? Ayo Sneeder.
What's up?
How are we today?
Okay. Been all right. Good.
Good.
Fair to middling. I'm okay.
Flying right along as we are in a Texas Tech bye week. Man, I am so glad that Texas Tech won that game because bye weeks
after
a loss just stink for everybody.
Yeah,
they do. So because it makes you just sit there for 2 weeks.
You gotta wear it for 2 weeks, and you got to simmer in it.
Yeah, I am. I'm thankful that we didn't go through that.
On the opposite side, you get to spend a week of really kind of getting pats on the back, and then before you don't have to worry about turning it back on this weekend.
Hey, we got breaking news to open the show.
We do.
I don't know. Mike Gundy's gone.
He gone.
Wow.
He's out.
I was not expecting. Someone said Rob ending the show with a cliffhanger there. I think he said breaking news as they hit the break because he saw it right at the end.
Yep.
So there's your news that Rob was talking about.
He's out like a fat
Mike
dodgeball.
Gundy is out, and this is surprising news. Gundy, basically 24 hours ago, I think it was like 3 o'clock or so yesterday, or in his press conference, said, "I'm not going anywhere." He vowed that he's still staying put.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird because this is like the Matt Wells firing, that you go through the Monday press conference and then you get canned. That's like the timing of that's weird because most of the time it's happening on a Sunday night or
Chad Weiberg, the AD there.
Yeah.
Ironic. Chad Weiberg and myself, we both started as field reps for our respective universities.
Nice.
The same year in 1999.
Really?
And neither one of us are in our jobs now. He's the athletic director at Oklahoma State, and I'm on the radio with you.
So you're the lucky one. You are today because he's going through a whole mess.
Well,
he's on a weird contract there, by the way.
Who?
Weiberg is. He's like on a month-to-month contract. I don't know that Weiberg's gonna. Yeah, look it up. It's a weird thing. I don't know how long he's gonna get to hang either.
Wow.
So anyway, big news out of the Big 12.
Well, I mean, football's not good there. Basketball's not good there. Baseball's, I mean, you build O'Brate,
well
and
they
could be so much better.
You know, I think this news is surprising because I don't know if it was with you and I or Jamie and I, but got the question yesterday: do we think Mike Gundy's going to get fired? And I said yesterday no, because I thought.
Why would you?
Well, there's 2 reasons to fire a coach in the season. There's 2 main reasons.
You've lost the team.
You've lost the team is number 1, which is probably the reason right here. And 2 is you've got someone else lined up already. Those are your reasons to fire.
Well, right now, as what we did with Texas Tech, we kind of paved the way to you get a jump start on the coaches that are out there. And you get to start talking to the hot assistants before everyone else does.
Yep. So I'm assuming that's part of what's going on here. I do think he's probably lost the team. I mean, just watching that team, they don't. The care factor doesn't look very strong.
Well, you lose at home to Tulsa. I mean,
it's going to be hard to have the team after.
Granted, Tulsa's not the Tulsa of they're not an old Conference USA team. I mean, they're in the American Athletic Conference. I mean,
the big question for me is, does Mike Gundy coach football again?
Why would he?
I don't know.
He's a man. He's 56.
He's got a commercial running right now. Have you seen it?
Really?
It's based off of that. I'm a man. Oh, I can't even. Apparently, it's not that great of a commercial because I can't remember the product. But it's. Someone help me out. I know someone knows on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. But yes, Mike Gundy, according to On3 Sports, has been fired on this Tuesday afternoon. My guess also, I said I thought this was Mike Gundy's last year, but I thought when someone asked us that yesterday, I said to Jamie, I think, maybe they've said something to him behind closed doors where, hey, you're done after this year, that sort of thing. But is Mike Gundy the type of person that says, okay, if you're saying I'm done after this year, just pull the trigger now. What are we waiting for? So that might have been the case. Who knows? We'll probably never know the full story. Well, never mind. Mike Gundy shares everything. But, yeah, there's that. So y'all get your thoughts and comments in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Big 12 is one less coach. If you'd have told me that a Big 12 coach would be fired by September 23rd, there's probably 3 or 4 coaches that would have come to mind before Mike Gundy. If you'd have told me before the season, one of the Big 12 coaches will be fired by September 23rd, 4 weeks into the season, I would have put Brent Brennan up there.
Yeah.
Things could have really gone bad for Dave Aranda because he's been on pins and needles. Scott Satterfield, if they got off to a really bad start, could have seen that. Mike Gundy would have been lower on the list. Not near the bottom because they were terrible last year, but I just thought he had built some equity up there.
Yeah, and I think he just got to the end of that equity.
Man, he used it fast.
Boy, he sure did.
0-9 in conference play.
Well, and you're off to an 0-1, and you already lost a conference game. And
you lost to 9.
You lost to Tulsa.
That's what you can't do.
Have they won any games this year?
One.
Who did they beat?
An FCS team. I can't remember whom.
I mean, that's the kind of things, you
Nightmares
look at you look at Clemson. They're 1-3. Their one win is a come from behind win over Troy.
Yeah. Yeah, I said yesterday I wouldn't be surprised to see Texas Tech as a 35-point favorite against Oklahoma State. And I don't think I'm exaggerating there. Now, who knows? It could be worse than that or it could be better than that, depending how things go. Because it did feel like the team rallied when Matt Wells was fired around Sonny Cumbie, and you saw some good there on the other side of that.
Yeah, but you had a lot of pieces in place there. I don't think Oklahoma State's got a lot of pieces in place.
Yeah, I mean, we could legitimately be looking at a back-to-back 0-9 seasons, and where this program goes from one of the best in the Big 12 to an absolute tank, bottom of the barrel. Crazy to see how far they've fallen so fast. Plenty to get into. We got headlines for you next. It's the bottom line on the 100.7 Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Lap. Jamie, we got I got some pretty big news. I'd call it big.
Okay.
Mostly just because it's a band I like. For Texas Tech's October 11th game. Who is October 11th? That's Kansas. That's the homecoming game.
Right.
The band that will be on campus is Switchfoot.
Switchfoot.
You know Switchfoot, don't you?
I don't.
Yeah, you do. I know you know some songs.
I don't know the group. Okay, tell me which songs.
Meant to Live would probably be up there on one you know. I don't know.
Okay.
They're technically a Christian band. I mean, they were very popular secularly as well. Dare You to Move?
Okay, yep.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you would know that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This Is Your Life. There was a lot on one album that was really popular back in the early 2000s, but there's quite a few. So Switchfoot will be the band playing at Raider Alley. I think, Jamie, this is you've had some big names, but this might be the biggest as far as most overall hits.
Okay.
We'll see.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's start ranking things. And by things, I mean teams in the Big 12 Conference powerfully. I'll start things off this time around. And I'm going to start with the team that didn't think they could get any lower than 16, but if they could, they did it today. Oklahoma State fired their coach today. Kansas State's 15. I feel crazy putting Kansas State at 15, but based off of what I've seen so far, I don't think they'll end up there. But man, that's where they are in the league. Colorado's 14, West Virginia 13. Cincinnati, I've got at 12. UCF 11. The Baylor Bears sit at number 10. They dropped down quite a few spots. 9 is Kansas, and I think they'll elevate as weeks go along. 8 is Arizona State. 7, Houston. Not sure how to feel about the Cougars, but they still haven't lost any chances so far. 6 is Arizona. 5, Brigham Young. I've got Utah still in my top 5 at 4. TCU's 3. Iowa State is now 2. And Texas Tech remains at number 1.
Okay. All right. I also have Oklahoma State at 16.
Okay.
I don't know why you're so high on West Virginia. I think they deserve to be 15th.
I guess I'm still giving them some credit for the Pitt win, but I probably shouldn't.
I think we figured out last week that Pitt's really bad.
I think you're probably right.
14, Colorado. 13, Cincinnati. 12 is where I have Kansas State.
Okay.
I have UCS at 11. I still have Houston at 10. I don't know that they've beat anybody with a pulse at this point.
Colorado's something, but it's not.
There's something.
Yeah.
Number 9.
I think they got a pulse, but they might be on life support.
Number 9 is Arizona. I'm really interested in their game at Iowa State this week.
I am too.
Number 8, I have Baylor. Number 7, I have Kansas. 6, BYU, who I feel like we still know nothing about.
Man, yeah, I agree.
I have dropped TCU significantly because of figuring out that North Carolina is terrible.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I don't know that we know much about TCU at this point, except they have a pretty good offense. I, like you, feel like Utah should not be dropped very far. They lost to what I believe to be the best team in the conference, so I have Utah at 4. I put Arizona State at 3. Boy, they have a great matchup this week with TCU, where we're going to learn a lot about those two. Number 2, I have Iowa State, and jumping from 4 to 1 this week, I have the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Finally! I have been trying to get you over here for so long, Jamie.
They actually have something on their resume now.
They have something on the resume to do it.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, what do you got?
All right, so me and Choice are pretty aligned.
Okay.
Today.
Okay, it's unfortunate for you, Jimmy.
Our 11 through 16 are exactly the same.
Whoa. Okay.
16, Oklahoma State. 15, Kansas State. 14, Colorado. 13, West Virginia. 12, Cincinnati. 11, UCF. 10, Kansas. And then 9, Arizona. 8, Baylor. 7, Houston. 6, Utah. And rounding up my top 5, Arizona State at 5, BYU at 4, TCU at 3, Iowa State at 2, and Texas Tech number 1.
Numero uno. Let's go. Yeah, I'm looking through the Big 12 slate this week, Jamie. Mostly one-score games is what Vegas projects. A whole lot of that. BYU, Colorado's a 6.5-point line for the road team. Iowa State's a 6.5-point line for the home team against Arizona. Baylor in Oklahoma State. Baylor's a 20.5-point road favorite. Wow. I don't think that number's big enough.
No, I would agree with you.
I think I'd take Baylor there. UCF, Kansas State, 6.5-point favorite for the home team. Kansas is only a 4.5-point favorite against Cincinnati. That's the one where I'm like, oh, that's kind of surprising. The Friday games, Houston's only a 13.5-point favorite against Oregon State. I guess I don't know maybe 17 or 20 points is what I would expect. But it is a road game, so it's Oregon State.
I think this is going to be a dogfight.
Do you really?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a dogfight. Yep, a close one. Maybe Houston pulls it out, but...
So you think Texas Tech's how many scores better than Houston right now?
I mean, if I was putting a line for it, I would go like 8.5.
8.5 points? Okay. I'll be interested to see what that is next week. And obviously the Houston-Oregon State game is going to have an effect on it. TCU at Arizona State. The defending conference champs are 2.5-point favorites.
At home.
Why do we have so many great Friday night games this year? I mean, don't get me wrong. I like good games, but I would like some of those to be on Saturdays too. The Fridays are good. They're standalone. I know you need those TV numbers.
I am a little bit, it's a little bit easier for someone who doesn't have a child playing. I watch your son on my laptop, and I watch the Big 12 game on my TV. So that's how my Friday nights go.
He looked up in the crowd last week. He's like, where's Jamie? Why isn't Jamie coming to watch? I go watch your kid, Jamie.
You're paid too.
Oh, well. Semantics. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I know. I'm exactly the same way. I would like the Friday night
for the high school football, the parents of high school football players, I totally get it.
If these were Thursday night games, I'd love it. But I know lots of. High school football is big time in Texas, so
sure,
it's.
Yep.
I don't like Friday night games in college football in general.
And I'm with you. If my kid was playing, it could be. Whatever the Red Raiders were doing, my kid wins. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or my kid wins out. I'm not saying my kid wins out.
My kid's a winner.
No, it's not what I'm saying.
Always.
Not what I'm saying.
Oh, good stuff. All right, y'all bring in your commentary on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We welcome it. And we get a question from Jamie. Coming your way next. It's the bottom line on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's a Tuesday afternoon on the bottom line, 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. I'll keep your commentary rolling in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll return to some of that like this. Agreed with Jamie's list. Choice is too high on BYU and West Virginia, too low on K-State and Baylor ASU. I agree with Jamie's list too. Because he had Tech at number 1. That's really the only thing I
okay.
cared about.
All right.
All right, let's get to Jamie's question now.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
Okay, so today I'm going to ask you a question that has a positive and a negative answer. Okay? So you get to answer twice. Tell me the player so far that has been way better than you thought he would be, and a player so far that you thought we would hear more from so far for the Red Raiders.
Okay. A player that I thought has been better, and a player that I thought we would hear more from. I think I'm somewhat cheating. I think Stone Harrington's been better than we expected.
Okay, that's a great answer.
I mean,
we didn't expect him to be
I
the
did
guy.
not have him knocking through a big 58-yard field goal in Salt Lake City before the season started.
Neither did Joe Clapp.
Before the kick started. Yeah. And I don't really look at this as a negative. I just think you've been sharing the football a lot. Nah, I'm not. I was thinking Caleb Douglas, but he caught some big balls for you.
He did.
On Saturday. I think
but he doesn't have a single touchdown yet.
So, yeah, I will go with that. Because
I think that's fair.
I just don't think he's been and I don't know that it's necessarily him because it's two-part with quarterback and receiver.
I think your first point is valid. You've been spreading the ball around.
Yeah. I mean,
and also remember that for the most part, your first-team offense hasn't played barely past halftime.
That's a good point. But he caught some big catches down the stretch. But, yeah, if you would have told me Caleb Douglas doesn't have a touchdown through the first 4 games, I would have been pretty surprised at that or thought maybe he was hurt. So I think those are my 2 that I would go with.
Okay.
Jimmy,
don't you lose my number?
I would probably say either Cam Dickey or Jacoby Williams as far as like people that I've been pleasantly surprised with, at least, especially in the last game.
Mm-hmm.
They surprised me more than I thought they would. And I'd probably say somebody that's disappointed. I'd probably go with Caleb Douglas as well, just because you expected him coming out this season to probably be your wide receiver 1, even though you had Reggie Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely did. I expected him to have the best offensive numbers of any wide receiver.
But I don't think we expected this offense to spread the ball around as much as they are.
And he does. It's not like he's not getting open. It's not that he's dropping the ball all over the place. It's not that he's been injured. It's just the ball's going other directions or whatever. He does have. I think first game of the season he had a pretty wide open drop. But
I
didn't want to make it that he's been disappointing per se. Just that I thought that's why I said guys that we thought we would hear from more. Okay, a little more from. So the guy for me, I thought he was going to be good. I just didn't think he was going to be this good. Is Terrence Carter Jr. Okay, I mean I thought he would be a factor, but this dude's a stud. I mean he's really really good. So 17 grabs, 243, 4 touchdowns already for you. I mean
sure,
he's been phenomenal. I mean you'd have to think he's in the conversation for, if we were picking first-team All-Americans,
he's up there for
probably
sure.
on the All-American list right now through the first 4 games of the season. And again, you're not playing in the second half with your first-team offense for most of the games so far. So the guy that I think has been quieter, kind of answered the same thing last year, I just thought we would hear more from him was Micah Hudson. in the kick game.
That crossed my mind.
Yeah. I thought about saying that.
Yeah,
too,
in the return game, and also in just being an option at the wide receiver position. And I don't remember seeing him or hearing his name on Saturday.
I think he received a kick.
Did he?
Almost.
Yeah.
No, he let it go behind him.
Okay.
He let it hit right at the goal line and go through. So, but it was hit towards him. That's the only moment I remember seeing him. I don't know if he got any offensive snaps. I hadn't looked back to see. I don't ever remember him going on the field. And again, I think that still speaks to the depth of your receivers. Mm-hmm. Because Terrence Carter's forced his way where he's got to be on the field almost every snap. I think that's part of the conversation is you would go maybe a little bit more 10 personnel, a little bit more 4 wide receiver if you didn't have Terrence Carter, because you can make him the 4th wide receiver over and over if you're not going to line him up at tight end. So I think part of it has been him, because Micah Hudson might be your 4th or 5th guy out there at times, but it's not needed because of how good you've been. And you really haven't had even a receiver come up gimpy this year. Hardly at all. Mm-hmm. You've had Virgil and Douglas and Aiken largely stay on the field over and over. So it's not really a lot of room for other guys to come in when it hadn't been mop-up duty. I think others in this conversation, Jamie, A.J. Holmes was one that crossed my mind in a positive manner.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly what to expect. I knew that I expected more out of Lee Hunter and more out of Skylar Gill-Howard, but Holmes has been very positive.
Yep. Yeah, he's made some big plays for you.
Another one for me would probably be John Curry. I expected him to be good, but not this good.
He's been great. I think Curry kind of matches up with what the coaches were saying about him before the season, that this guy, kind of like Carter, has forced his way onto the field where it's hard to find snaps where you don't want him out there. It's
probably come at the expense of A.J. McCarty.
Yeah, I think it has. McCarty's clearly moved into that second group because Curry just flies around. So, y'all could chime in if you've got other answers. There was another one that I was kind of thinking of. Who was it? Hadn't really. I mean, your DBs have been what you expected. Jacoby Williams was my second answer after Stone Harrington on the positive front. I think we saw good things out of Williams, but he's taken that next step
Jacoby
this
the
year.
pass receiver.
Yes.
I did not
Jacoby the
expect
receiver,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of just a difference in scheme, too, because I don't think that – I think he's just an explosive guy. But the other one, Jamie, that's been a positive as well as Ben Roberts. He didn't have a good season last year. He had a really good freshman season when Jacob Rodriguez was out. Last year there was a lot of up and down. This year he's gotten off to a really good opportunity, or he's taken advantage of those opportunities quite a bit this year. This from the chat line. Would Xerox U give Dan Mullen a chance? Where's he right now?
I think he's broadcasting, isn't he? Isn't he a studio analyst?
I'll take your word for it.
I swear I've seen him recently.
Oh, no. UNLV.
Okay.
That's probably where you've seen him.
Well, maybe he's doing double duty.
He's pulling a Doug Gottlieb?
Doug Gottlieb.
Oh, that's worked out really well so far. Question here. Does Tech have a quarterback controversy? Simply put, no.
I don't think so.
Can you play both? With packages and stuff, absolutely. But controversy, just from the head coach himself, I think he nipped that pretty quick. That you don't have a competition going on right now. But sure is nice to have the one you've got as a backup. It's the bottom line. You got a dad joke next on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Onward and upward. Hour number 3 here with the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. TSportsNetwork.com and yours on TV, Fox 34 News Now. However you're taking us in, we are glad that you've chosen us on a Tuesday afternoon alongside Jamie Lent. I'm Chois Woodman. We got Jimmy Cook across the way handling us. Y'all keep hitting us up if you'd like to. Your thoughts, your comments, your questions, all of it welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. You can take our mobile app anywhere with you, even listen in out in Hatch, New Mexico. You got some really good chilies out there.
Hatch.
Jamie.
Yes, Choice.
Major League Baseball has, as Jeff Passan is reporting, elected to go to a challenge system. So we do have robot umpires, just not full-on robot umpires here. But in 2026, the MLB will implement a challenge system for balls and strikes, and after the league's competition committee voted to usher in the era of robot umpiring. Teams will receive 2 challenges to dispute calls by the home plate umpire. I don't think that's enough, but it's a start.
Mm-hmm.
You think 2 is enough to start things off, or?
I don't have a problem with it starting with 2. I just don't.
Like, is everybody going to hold on to these till the very end of a game?
You would think so, in
a big moment. I guess that's how it should happen, and that's probably the intent with only 2. But I could be fine with 5 apiece. I don't think you're going to run down a game too much. If it's that 5 to 10 second system like we've witnessed in some minor league stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you.
5 of these in a game wouldn't be too many.
Yeah, you're probably right.
To get
5 for each team.
Because the purpose is to get the call right.
Yeah, 5 for each team.
5 for each team, yes. Yeah. The purpose is to get the call right. Mm-hmm. And that's what we want. I mean, I was watching, there was a big moment with the Rangers last week, and I know we're way past that because the Rangers just keep losing baseball games, but one in the Astros series where Jacob deGrom had the bases loaded. No, he did not have the bases loaded. He ended up with the bases being loaded. But if he gets the strike call, and it was a strike that was missed by the umpire, if he gets the strike call, they're out of an inning without any runs. Instead, the Astros end up scoring 2 or 3 runs after he walked that batter on the next pitch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one pitch that, in a big moment,
changed the game.
It does have a big effect on the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen time and time again, whether it's in the 9th inning or whether it's in a bases-loaded situation. This goes for hitters and pitchers where a missed strike call goes the other way. So to me, if you're going to do this, go in on it. Go for it. But at the same time, I'm happy to see something being put in there because it's not something that appears that it's going to really slow the game down.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. If they're doing it as quick as they've been doing it at the minor league level, it doesn't feel like really not much longer than just waiting in between normal pitches.
So basically, if you're not aware of how this works, there's a robot strike zone or a automated strike zone.
There's no robot behind home plate.
There's no robot. It's a automated strike zone. They have a computer system that sets the strike zone. They know when the ball goes through and doesn't. So if a hitter disagrees,
or a pitcher or a catcher,
you tap your helmet, you tap your hat, and that is the challenge. Now I'm curious how each team will handle this, because if you've only got 2 in a game, then I'm sure an umpire's going to be like, quit wasting our challenges here, pitcher, every time you think you missed one.
Yeah, not an umpire, but a manager.
Right. So, sorry, I said umpire.
A manager
handles this. Yes.
Yes.
So
you're going to have somewhat selfish players that are always tapping their helmet, or it seems like it's most times you see the same guys complaining about the strike zone, right?
Often, yes.
Especially hitters.
Yes.
Okay? It's usually the same guys. So you imagine that guys that are that way now will be the ones that tend to use them more, and the managers are going to have to come up with a system where they say, look at me first to see if I'm allowing it or not.
Yeah. I actually think...
But again, if you get it right, you keep the challenge.
Yeah, I think...
and I wonder what the ruling will be where you have... or not ruling, but managers say, hey, I trust Chois Woodman that he's not going to get bent out of shape, and he's got a good eye, and we're going to keep the challenge if he wants to challenge. But meanwhile, Clint Scott, man, he thinks everything's out of the strike zone when he's hitting. So I don't trust that guy to be able to make his own decisions.
So someone says, I think you should get 2 missed challenges. If you're right, you get to keep getting to challenge. So that's how they work with the current challenge system, right? Where if you're correct on your challenges, but you have to get both right?
Yeah, every time you get one right, it stays. You don't lose it.
So...
But if you get your first 2 wrong, you're not getting 2 more.
That's how it should work, and maybe the 2 are enough, because if you're judicial enough with those, I would guess that's maybe managers have coached up their guys well enough. But I don't. But the whole moment thing is going to matter so much, because if it's a 1-1 pitch with nobody on base, and you have someone that does have a good eye.
In a scoreless game with 2 outs and nobody on base, don't be wasting.
Yeah.
Don't take the risk of losing a challenge.
Now, if it's right down the middle and a catcher knows it, I guess you could do it because you're not going to lose it. If you're like, man, that is catchers know as much as anybody. I would trust catchers to get the strikes more than pitchers. If you're on the defensive side. If a catcher's there and he's like, I absolutely know it, and I trust my catcher, I probably trust him in almost any moment in the game. Say, hey, you definitely missed this one. But as far as hitters, there's so many of those guys that can't believe this call or that call. So someone says run the robot strike zone all the time. I don't think I'm for that. I do want to get calls right. That's what it comes down to. You've seen too many big moments in big games. And we have the technology to do it. It kind of goes to how long have we had the laser system in tennis?
Oh, long
20
time.
years?
Yeah,
15?
long time. Yeah.
I mean, were people up in arms back then when that was implemented?
No,
I honestly
John
don't
McEnroe
remember.
was all the time.
Well, he was very happy, I'm sure, when that's just, or he was like, why wasn't this here when I was playing?
Would have made John McEnroe way less exciting.
You're absolutely right. It was on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you went to it in tennis forever ago because the technology was there. You've had technology here for a really long time in baseball, but it's taken a while to get there. I'm happy that you've got an opportunity in some big games and big moments to get these calls right. If you disagree, you're welcome to chime in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Maybe you don't like the robot zones. Bring those comments in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We've got headlines for you coming up next, including some big news out of the Big 12 here on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's time for Tell Me I'm Wrong, part of the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107 The Score mobile app. Chois, Woodman, Jamie Lent, Jimmy Cook here. About a half hour left with you on 100.7 The Score. God, everywhere I look, this Josh Allen guy is on TV. Tell me I'm wrong. It used to be Patrick Mahomes, but it seems
does feel like he is all over the place right now. Just
I don't mind it.
Setting you up for disappointment choice.
Me.
Yeah.
He's a likable guy, so I don't mind it.
I think so. I think so. I'm partial.
You might be.
A little biased.
You got this little sticker on the back of your thingy. Jamie, Jimmy, our fine listening audience, I'm here to tell you today Kyle Whitingham needs a $50,000 fine at minimum for how he has handled the availability reports. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's funny how all of this has gone down with his quarterback not being listed
Not at all.
on the injury report, and then afterwards saying, yeah, he was banged up, but we didn't really talk about it.
He did not. He said in yesterday's press conference he didn't practice for 2 whole days last week.
But in fairness, maybe they were completely confident the whole time that he was going to play. You can sit a guy knowing, hey, we expect him to be ready the rest of the week, but we're going to give his injuries or his body some time to heal here a little bit. But you're fully expecting him to play, so you wouldn't list him as questionable or doubtful.
But you can list him as probable. That's another option. I think if they miss...
Well, couldn't you list every player as probable?
Sure you can. But I think if there's any missed time, I think there's a lot more that we don't see in their rules and requirements of this in the Big 12 Conference. And part of it, here's where he has done wrong, part of it is you cannot have conflicting reports. You can't have anything that's said that conflicts with your availability report. So if someone has missed practice and then you come out with that, then it is still I get what you're saying, but it still qualifies as that conflicting report. The reason I think there needs to be a fine here is that if you don't do something, and he only had 3 players, by the way. Sorry, he had a 4th that was doubtful. He had 3 listed as out, 1 doubtful, and nothing else on there. If you're not going to make everybody play by the same rules with this thing,
do away with it.
There's no purpose to have it. So that's why I think the conference needs to send a message saying, hey, we're going to follow the guidelines that we put out this season. And I don't know, maybe behind closed doors you get 1 slap on the wrist and then it's a fine. I have no idea. But if you don't send a message, guys like Kyle Whitingham, who have already been flippant with this stuff, will continue to do so. So that's why I'm saying you need to put a fine out, and not just a $5,000 fine. It needs to be something that catches some attention somewhere. $50,000 is a lot of money in the NIL world today, because that $50,000 can go somewhere else. If he's not paying it himself, if he is, that's a big dinner ticket for him. If he's not, then that's a bunch of athletic money that can be going somewhere else.
Which is funny because you know the head coach is not the one filling that out anyways.
No, they don't. They don't typically do that.
Yeah. I say you're wrong.
Okay.
I think you're wrong. I think because you can have a player that's not practicing but fully well know he's going to be playing on Saturday. And so I think it's a cloudy area choice.
Okay.
I get your point. I think they should just do away with making teams list it, to be honest with you. It's
not trending that direction, though. Everybody's going to this, so whether it's for sports betting or whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that you're wrong as well.
Okay.
Just because I think that the ambiguity of it all.
Good word.
Is not. It doesn't really matter in the whole scheme of things. Like, even if.
Does to the bettors.
Yes.
It does.
Yes,
and there's a lot out there.
To the bettors.
I mean, every fourth ad is DraftKings or
my goodness.
gambling at this point.
But are we doing this for the bettors, or are we doing this for?
Oh, I think it's for the bettors. I think it's because their Big 12 is being funded by gambling sites, and I mean, you're getting revenue from them, so you're making them happy. I don't know what else you would be doing it for. I mean, sure, the regular fan likes to be in the know on things, but you've done it one way forever.
To inform the other team on, trying not to be secretive about your team and saying, oh, we have this injured player. We don't know if he's going to play or not, but you all the time knew that he was going to play anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of strategy and everything in terms of other teams. But
I do agree with your point, Choice, that a message needs to be sent one way or the other.
And I agree.
Because if I almost feel like Joey McGuire or any other coach right now can see what happened and say, oh, okay, so I don't have to do this?
Mm-hmm. So
it's like you have to do something, or it's just going to turn into the wild, wild west with this stuff.
By the way, what you said about Whitingham, what he said about Dampier, was after the fact. This was not in the press conference. He had to come back out with a statement basically to cover tracks. And he put out a statement that said quarterback Devin Dampier did not appear in last week's player availability report because while he was limited in practice early in the week, his status of playing last Saturday's game versus Texas Tech was never in question. So that was a reactionary statement because he had already gotten flack for doing it wrong.
How about just not make up whiny excuses after you lose? How about just not do that, and then you wouldn't
He was hurt.
And then you wouldn't have anything to... Yeah, his feelings were hurt.
Oh, I think he was hurt because if you listen closely on the TV copy, and those guys knew it. Those guys knew about it. They talked about an injury to Devin Dampier, and so did Urban Meyer before the game on the pregame show. They're all talking about a injury or something that's hampering Devin Dampier. So they all were in the know.
It's a height.
Well, that would
arm
be
strength.
All of these things could be hampering him. But yeah, I mean, so there was something there, and you're withholding it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think, again, it's kind of like a 2-year-old here, where we have to treat Kyle Whitingham like a 2-year-old, and that 2-year-old's going to see how much they can get away with. You're going to test the waters with mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
A.k.a. the Big 12 Conference. How much can we get away with here? Oh, I'm going to only put 3 names on my list. Oh, I'm going to talk about this injury, even though we didn't have injuries, according to the availability report. And if you don't do something about it, the 2-year-old's only going to get worse. And then the 2-year-old's daycare buddies decide to join in as well. You're like, well, Tommy's mom doesn't make him do this. So why should I have to do this?
Well, if Tommy's mom threw Tommy off a cliff, do you think Choice's mom should throw him off a cliff?
It's the best one always, right?
Yeah.
Did you use that
Never.
with your kids? You never used it?
Never.
I know it was used on me.
You just say, we're Lents. We're different.
Oh, I like that. I like that. All right, keep your comments coming in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We've got a couple facts of the day coming your way next on 100.7 The Score.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.